सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Upadesa Sahasri, chapter 18, verse number 55. Napyato bhava shabdena gnaptirityapi ujyate nahyatma vikriyat मात्रः नित्य आत्मेति शासनात्. Shankaracharya, answering to the Purvapakshi, that is, Atma can never be directly revealed through the words. Atma can never be directly revealed through the words means Atma can be revealed through the words indirectly. Indirectly words can reveal, but directly they cannot reveal. So Atma can be revealed directly through Chidabhasa. Directly means through Chidabhasa, Atma is revealed through the words. Even though Upanishad says, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Even though Atma cannot be reached through the words and mind, but through Chidabhasa Dwara, indirectly, Atma can be revealed. So, what are those words? One sample word is taken by Shankaracharya. How Jnanam word revealing in four ways, four derivations I introduced. Jnanam word, any word, here our context relevant word is Jnanam, because in Taittiriya Upanishad Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma word is there. That Jnanam, is it revealing Atma? How it is revealing, if it is revealing? To know that, we have to study little bit grammar with the word Jnanam word. Jna dhatu we have taken. Jna dhatu is a derivative. Dhatu means here a verbal root. In four ways we saw Janati iti Jnanam, Kartru Vyutpatti. The knower is called Jnanam. Same Jnanam can be by adding one Pratyaya. Prakriti is Dhatu, the verbal root, and Pratyaya, the termination. Verbal termination, Janati, the knower, the Karta, the subject. Therefore, it is called Kartru Vyutpatti. Then second one is Karma Vyutpatti. Jnanam can be derived as Karma Vyutpatti. That means Jnayate iti Jnanam. That is known as an object. That is known as an object is called Karma Vyutpatti. Karta, Karma, 2 over. What is the third derivation we saw? Jnayate anena iti jnanam. The instrument through which you know something. Jnayate anena iti jnanam. This is karana vyutpatti. Instrument. Karana vyutpatti. Fourth one and final one is jnaptihi. Jnanam. Jnaptihi jnanam. The knowing process. The knowing action is called jnanam. Process or kriya, we call it as kriya, an action. So all these four cannot work in the case of Atma. Atma cannot be the knower, Atma cannot be known, Atma cannot be the instrument, Atma cannot be the kriya. All these are ruled out. And we saw three doshas also. Shruti Virodha comes if you take any one of them also. Atma either karta or karma or karanam or the kriya. If you take bhava vyutpatti, Shruti Virodha will come. First dosha. Second dosha we saw anirmoksha prasangaha. You won't get liberation. Then third one is samsaritva doshaha. Atma will get samsaritva dosham. These three doshas we saw in the previous class itself now. Now the first kartru vyutpatti, how we have negated kriyayaha ashrayaha bhavati. If Atma is the karta, the knower, Atma is the karta, the knower, what will happen? Knowing action, kriya, Atma will become the process, the karta, in whom the kriya also take place. So the subject alone is the knower, knowing action. Kriyayaha ashrayaha bhavati atma yadi karta bhavati chet. Karta means what we karta here? Jnata chet. Atma jnata chet jnana kriyayaha ashrayaha bhavati. If Atma is taken as the knower, then Atma will become the karta, the knower of knowing action. So what? Let it become knower. If Atma becomes the knower, knowing action, kriya always involves modification, vikara, vritti parinamaha. If ashrayaha bhavati chet, Atma jnanakriyayaha ashrayaha bhavati chet, vritti parinamaha kriya. Vritti parinama means thought modification take place. So jnana kriyavan bhavati, parinama ashrayaha parinami bhavati. Parinama ashrayaha, the one who is the ashraya, locus of parinama, automatically gets parinama, therefore parinami bhavati. Modification happens, modification means vikara. So Atma vikari bhavati. This is the problem. If Atma vikari bhavati chet, if Atma is a vikari, Shruti Viruddha. What is Shruti Viruddha? Opposite, contradicting the Shruti statement. Shastra says Atma is nirvikara. Nirvikara. Therefore, here in 55th verse, that kriya or bhava utpatti is always refers to verbal action. Karana also, karma, later he is going to refute in 56th shloka. Now in 55th, fourth derivation is taken. What is that? Bhava vyutpatti. Gamanam, going action. Vadanam, speaking action. Like that, jnanam means knowing action. Bhava vyutpatti, if you take parinama, kriya, so then karakas, all will come. Various karakas. Karakajanya kriya. Kartrikarakam, karmakarakam, karanakarakam, apadanakarakam, sampradanakarakam, adhikaranakarakam. All these are accessories. Who is knowing, what he is knowing, with what he is knowing, for whose benefit he is knowing, where he is knowing, all of them one kriya sake. One kriya is called, that is Shashti Vibhakti. Shashti Vibhakti is always kriya. It shows. Kriya, here, all these subject, object, instrument, beneficiary, etc., karakas are meant for one kriya, or kriya meant for karakas. So, karta is kartrikarakaha. Karta is kartrikarakaha. Then sampradanakarakah, then apadanakarakam, adhikaranakarakam, all will come. If you know grammar, little bit basic grammar, this is Sanskrit grammar. All are karakas, they all together produce modification. They all together produce modification. They are called, that modification is called kriya. Simple only we know who is the karta, subject of the sentence, what is the object of the sentence, going with what writing and with what he is writing, for whose sake he is writing, where he is sitting, when he is writing. All these we know, but in Sanskrit when I say, you feel they are very, very unfamiliar. Normally we are doing that only every day. Now you are listening to the class. With what you are listening? Where you are listening? All questions if you ask, if you answer, they are called karakas. So, kriya. Kriya is always anityam. If Atma becomes a bhava vyutpatti, kriyayaha ashrayaha, then Atma doing an action, then knowing action, Atma becomes anityaha. Atma is nityaha, is the Upanishadic statement. If Atma is the kriyavan, knowing, gnaptihi is there, then if jnanam refers to knowledge, then what will happen? All these karakas comes, Atma will become anityaha. Anityaha, I have knowledge. Karma karakam, I have knowledge, that knowledge is anityam kriyavan. Atma is nityaha. If Atma is kriyavan, Atmaha anityaha bhavati. So therefore, how bhava utpatti fit in? Vritti vikriya, the thought modification. Thought modification is not karta, thought modification is not karma. Atma cannot be karta, karma, karanam and kriya. That is the idea is presented. I look at the pot now. I is subject, looking with eyes is karanam, pot is object karma. Like that, here also karakajanya kriya, ghatakara vritti. Any jnanam is a parinama. If I see an object, there is a modification takes place in my mind. So parinama. Nanu jnanam nama. There are lot of discussions are there in Brahma Sutra also. We accept it as kriya, manasi rupa kriya iti Purva Pakshi argues. All those things we need not enter now. Now here, really speaking, jnanam derives from the jna dhatu is a kriya only. Because here also a process is involved in the form of thought modification, but how we reconcile, any contradiction is there, we reconcile. In such a case, we have to say kriya only, but secondly we say other than action also there are certain kriyas. Jnanam is a different type of kriya. Karakajanyam, jnanam is always karakajanyam, pramata, pramanam, prameyam. So karakajanya kriya, when say karakajanya samanyat kriya bhavati. Karakajanya samanyat, generally it is kriya only, vaktavyam. Process of change is involved, but whether it comes to jnanam, it is a different rule. So that is kartrutantram. This point also we saw previously in different contexts. Other kriyas are kartrutantram, depending upon the eater, eaten. So that eater is kartrukarakam, eaten is karmakarakam. Then with what? Hands or spoon, karanakarakam. This eating, khad dhatu, khadanam, eating. This dhatu, when we talk, you can eat kartum, or you don't want to eat, or you want to eat either hand with hand or spoon or something else. So you have choice. Kartum, to do or to eat, akartum, not to eat, anyathava kartum, sitting down and eat or sitting on the table to eat. So different way you can do. You have choice. In certain dhatus, there is a choice. All dhatus, they have choice. And kriya, there is a choice. Okay. Now in jnanam, when you talk, that choice is not there. Here in kartum, akartum, anyathava kartum, choice is there. But in jnanam, kriya, the vritti parinama, you have no choice. Mind, it is ghata jnanam. Suppose you have got what can I show you? I have to show my pot. Ghata jnanam. Once pushpa jnanam. Suppose I show the flower. Pushpa jnanam. Do you have a choice not to get this flower knowledge, or to get flower knowledge, or to get a different way, white flower knowledge? No. You have no choice. Where in jnanam, whether to see it or not, you have choice. You can close your eyes if you don't want to see. If you want to see, you can open your eyes. If you want to see different way, you are seeing only leaves, suppose, not flower, you can see. Anyadhava drashtum shakyate. Parantu, when you see the pushpa jnanam, when it comes to the jnana verbal root, jnana kriya, that is, you have no choice. It is a red flower, that's all. That is jnanam jnatum ajnatum anyatha va jnatum na shakyate. Whether to know or not to know, or once you open your eyes, you get the pushpa jnanam, that's all. When you hear the sound, you get the baby is crying. Jnanam comes, baby is crying. You cannot say jnatum, बालस्य रोदनं ज्ञातुम् अज्ञातुं वा अन्यथा ज्ञातुं वा न शक्यते. You cannot hear another way. That is the change, difference between अशक्यत्वात् ज्ञातुम् अज्ञातुम् अन्यथा वा ज्ञातुम् अशक्यत्वात्. It is in the respect of that jnana kriya. With regarding to jnana kriya, that choice is not there. Where is the choice? In other verbal roots you have choice, but not in jnanam. That is the idea. So anya kriya differences are there. In jnanam it is not there. Another verbal roots you have, that apti, utpatti, samskara, vikara, all are possible. Vritti jnanam is kshanikam. Continuous vritti flow in the mind, either that object or this object. Ghatagyanam, patagyanam, pushpagyanam. Jnanam is changing continuously. Because different objects you are seeing, different objects knowledge you are getting. So now Kartru Tantram is different, Vastu Tantram. Jnanam is depending upon the Vastu, not Karta. This is a very important technical subject matter in Vedanta. Many times we saw this, it is only a repetition for all of you. Now, karta, karma, karma, karanam we have to negate. So, in this shloka, napyato bhava shabdena, gnapti shabda is also gnapti rityapi na yujjate. Why? Atma na vikriya matraha. Atma is not a changing principle. Atma is nityaha iti shasanat. Atma is eternal. Shastranat means shastra pramanat. Now we'll go to 56th shloka. Up to here we saw in the last class. Na buddhir buddhivachyatvam karanam nahya kartrukam napi jnayata ityevam karma shabdair nirupyate. Kartru utpatti, bhava utpatti over. Now karma and karanam both are left out. How do we have to negate them also? First line, karana vyutpatti is negated, and in second line of 56th verse, karma vyutpatti is negated. Buddhi buddhivachyatvam atmanaha na bhavati. That is one sentence. Then akartrukam karanam na bhavati. Two sentences in the first line. What Acharya wants to say, Atma is not an instrument of knowledge. What is the logic here? Logic is any karanam, that means any instrument, function only when there is a karta. Nail cutter cannot cut the nails by itself. I have to hold on to the nail cutter, then only I can cut the nails. Car cannot move by itself. The car driver must be there. Like that, scooter also, scooter uh, driving person must be there. Agent we can call. Agent or karta must be there. Karanam is always paratantram. Kartrikarakam is swatantraha, parantu karanakarakam is paratantraha. Karanam, instrument, is always depending upon the karta. Simple logic. Scissors also, you have to use how to cut it. Nail cutter, screwdriver, any instrument. They cannot function on their own. Therefore, karanam is paratantram. Karanam sakartrikam. It is always along with the karta. Akartrika karanam na bhavati. There is no any instrument without the agent. No instrument without the agent means without the karta. So Atma itself is taken as jnana karanam, suppose. Suppose you take Atma, jnayate anena iti jnanam is Atma, is the karana vyutpatti. If you take, then who is the karta? Who will be the karta? You won't have another Atma to be as a karta. There is only one Atma. That one Atma has become what? Instrument. Karanakarakam. Jnayate anena iti jnanam. Atma will become the instrument of knowledge. Who is the karta? Who is making use of that instrument jnanam? Atma is the jnanam, the instrument, suppose. Who is making use of that? One another Atma is required, but there is no second Atma. That is akartrikatvam apattihi. Atma karanam bhavati chet akartrika apattihi. Akartrikam karanam na bhavati. There cannot be any karanam, instrument, without karta, is the meaning. Therefore, karana vyutpatti is ruled out. First line. What is the first line ruled out? Karana vyutpatti. How he has ruled out? Jnayate anena iti jnanam. Atma is that through which you know something. If you take karana vyutpatti, jnanam as Atma, as karana vyutpatti, who is the user of that karana vyutpatti Atma? Question will come, because no karanam can exist without karta. Atma is the karanam. Karta you have to search for another karta, not available. Therefore, Atma karanam na bhavati. Karana vyutpatti na bhavati. Jnanam karana vyutpatti na bhavati. Here, buddhehe buddhivachyatvam. That means buddhehe buddhivachyatvam means jnana shabda karanardhakatvam. Buddhi, intellect alone is the instrument of knowledge. Buddhivachyatvam, antakaranam, instrument. The word knowledge, jnanam, in the sense of the instrument, karanam, of the action of knowing. Instrument of the action of knowing. So is applied to the intellect only. Buddhyate anaya iti buddhihi. Buddhi is the instrument through which you know many things. So, and not to the self as an instrument. Buddhehe buddhivachyatvam. Na atmanaha. You have to supply. Na atmanaha Buddhivachyatvam. That means Karana, Jnana Shabda Karanardhakatvam ityartha. Buddhi is called Antahkaranam. Antahkaranam means in that word itself there is a Karanam word, an instrument of knowledge. Antahkaranam. Therefore, Buddhivachyatvam means Shabda, Jnana Shabda Karanardhakatvam. So it is fit for only Buddhi, not Atmanaha na. Atmanaha you supply in the bracket, Atmanaha na bhavati, because the hetu is given in the second half, first line, Akartrikam karanam na bhavati. If Atma is the karanam, Karta cannot be there. Karanam needs always some Karta, Sakartrikam, Karta Saha. Vartate iti sakartrikam, ruled out. Now karma vyutpatti, second line. Napi jnayate iti evam karma shabdaihi nirupyate. Similarly, jnayate iti jnanam, karma vyutpatti. That is, which is known. If you say karma shabdaihi api atma na nirupyate. Karma shabdaihi means karma vyutpatya. Karma vyutpatti dwara. If Atma is taken as an object of knowledge, who will be the subject then? Atma is the object of knowledge. Suppose to know the Atma as an object, there must be some subject. Who will be the subject? Akartrikatvam apattihi. So, if Atma is taken as an object of knowledge, who will be the subject? Then Akartrikam means subjectless object. Atma becomes subjectless object. Subjectless object doesn't exist. Object is an object as long as there is a subject. According to Vishishtadvaitam, they say Jivatma is the Shariri, Deham is Shariram. We say Jivatma is Shariram, Paramatma is Shariri. Paramatma is there in this. So, Drishter Drashtuhu Drugeva Nat Drishyate. So, Atma is Aprameyaha. Karma means what? Object of knowledge and object and prameyam. Atma will become prameyam. Prameyam to whom? Atma alone is there, one Atma. Atma becomes object of knowledge and to whom question will come. First of all, it is Shruti Viruddham. Atma is aprameyaha. It is unobjectifiable. It can never be an object. Jnanam can never be revealed directly. The Atma. That is, Jnanam word can never reveal Atma directly, either by Kartra Vyutpatti or Karma Vyutpatti or Karana Vyutpatti or Bhava Vyutpatti. All are ruled out. Atma Shabda Vachyatvam na bhavati. Finally, what is the conclusion? Atma Shabda Vachyatvam na bhavati. It cannot be revealed by Jnana Shabda Vachyam. We have taken Jnana Shabda. Vachyam na bhavati. It cannot be revealed through the word Jnanam. Only 4 options are there. Derivations are there. 4 of them are ruled out. Then how you reconcile? The next shloka, 57. With this 58, 51 to 58, all these discussions Shankaracharya completes now. न येषामेक एवात्मा निर्दुःखो विक्रिया सदा तेषां स्याच्छब्दवाच्यत्वं ज्ञेयत्वं चात्मनः सदा. Atma is pure, ever pure. When we talk about sukha, dukkha, depending upon punya papa. Punya papa alone come as sukha and dukkha. So punya papa are because of karma. Punya karma, papa karma. Karma is dependent on karta. So karta is the vikari. While doing action, karta, vikari, karta, karma, karoti, karma, punya papa leads to sukha dukkha is called samsara. So samsara is described as sukha dukkha. Here for Advaitins, eka eva atma. Esham means for Advaitins. Esham eka atma eva. For Advaitins, atma is one only. Why for Advaitins? What about others? Others have many atmas. So only Advaitin says eka eva atma. Not only that, that atma is nirdukhaha, dukkha rahitaha, avikriyaha, modificationless, vikara rahitaha. Vikriya means vikara. Another name of vikara is vikriya. Jnana shabda vachyam, kartru Vitpatti, karma vitpatti, karana vitpatti, bhava vitpasti. In this context, when we take, all these are not there avikriyatvat. Atma is avikriyaha, nirvikaraha ityarthaha. Nirvikaraha, when sada, all the time. Sada Tesham, for Advaitins, Tesham Shabdavachyatvam Nasyat. For such Advaita Vedanta Siddhante, where Atma is Nirdukhaha, Avikriyaha, Ekaha, Atma, Shabdavachyatvam Nasyat. No word can come and reveal. Gneyatvancha atmanaha na. That na you have to supply here. Sada gneyatvam na bhavati atmanaha. At any time, atma can never be an object of knowledge. Atma is free from objectivity. Therefore, Atma na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. So, yatra yatra kartrutvam tatra tatra vikaritvam. Yatra tetra akartrutvam tatra tatra nirvikaritvam, avikaritvam. That is the nature of Atma. Whole samsara depending upon vikara. Vikara is another name of samsara. Wherever there is vikara, modification, change, that is called samsara. Vikriya, vikara. Karta can never become akarta. Hankara is the karta. Atma is akarta, abhokta. Therefore, hankara is the karta, bhokta. If it is the nature of Atma, nobody can change. Ahankara can never be the akarta, abhokta. Atma can never be the karta or bhokta. I'll repeat. Ahankara, lower I, can never be the akarta, abhokta, non-doer, non-enjoyer. Ahankara, annale, enjoyer, doer. Atma, I the consciousness am ever the akarta, non-doer, abhokta, non-enjoyer. Now who is enjoying, who is doing? Through Chidabhasa, I do drama. I the Atma doing drama. Everyone is doing drama only. But some people remember that is drama, some people won't remember. That is the difference. What is the difference? Some people remember actors, some people remember their acting. Some people don't remember, they think that they are real in that character. If you remember, it is wonderful. Now, Gneyatvam cha atmanaha na bhavati. That na you have to bring here. Na bhavati. Next shloka, 58. Edaham karturatmatvam tada shabdarthamukhyata nashanayadimatvattu shruto tasyatmateshyate. With this, he concludes negation of jnana shabda. Yadi syat. Yada aham kartuhu atmatvam yadi syat tada. Suppose atma aham kartu here means ahankara. Advaiti accept antahkaranam as chetanam, because we talk about chidabhasa sahita antahkaranam. Whereas Purvapakshi, many people don't accept antahkaranam chidabhasa sahitam. They don't accept chidabhasa. So chidabhasa vite vyapti chetana antahkaranam can be have modification. Atma cannot have modification. Chidabhasa sahita antahkarane modification bhavati. But jadamanna, chidabhasa, once association is there, it becomes chetanam. Once that chaitanyam is there, it can undergo modification. Therefore, so chidabhasa, without chidabhasa, reflected consciousness, you cannot talk anything, either laukikam or alaukikam. Shastriyam va laukikam va. You cannot explain without chidabhasa. That's why Vedantin, Advaitin is very comfortable, always because of chidabhasa. Our chidabhasa is kevala atma cannot do anything. Shuddham, no use at all. Kevala, now pure electricity, what for? No use at all. That electricity through the bulb, through the fan, through the mic, it comes wonderful, useful. So pure electricity, what for? No use at all. Like that, pure Atma is of no use. In Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam, Jnatritvam, Kartrutvam, Bhoktrutvam, all Utpattis are possible in Antakaranam. So Anatma cannot be the Jnata. Anatma Antakaranam, Jadatvat. For Purvapakshi, it is Jadam. Anatma Antakaranam is Jadam because they don't accept Chidabhasa. Therefore, for them it is a difficulty. There is a difficulty for them. Chidabhasa, you have to accept, we say, but they don't accept. No other choice other than Chidabhasa. There is no other choice. Whether you like it or not, you have to accept it. Purvapakshi cannot say Ahankara is Jnata. Purvapakshi cannot say Ahankara is Jnata. Why? Jadatvat. Jada Purul, inert object, can never become the knower. We can make ahankara as the knower now. Atma cannot be the knower. We can make ahankara as the knower. Why? I, the Atma, gave sentiency to Chidabhasa, to Ahantakkaranam. Antakkaranam became Chetanam, and the Jadatvam has gone. Because of its Chetanam, it can be the Karta. It can be the knower. So, Chidabhasa Sahit Antakkaranam. For us, Ahankara is the, even though it is Jada Antakkaranam, when it has got Chidabhasa, it is Chetana Antakaranam. The Chetana Antakaranam, Ahankara is a samsari. Who is samsari? Who is getting moksha? Ahankara only, finally. Ahankara is a samsari. Samsari means karta bhokta. So samsari means another two more expressions are given in this shloka. Aham kartu atmatvam यदि स्यात् तदा शब्दार्थ मुख्यता means शब्दवाच्यत्वम, not possible asambhavah, sorry, Shabdavachyatvam is not possible for Antakaranam if Chidabhasa is not there. Aham kartu means ahankara. Shabdartha means Shabdavachyatvam. Shabdavachyatvam for Antakaranam. So therefore, Ashanaya Pipasa, Ashana, the defects are there in Ashana means hunger. Nashana is there. Na Ashanayadi. Ashanayadi matvat. Ashanayadi matvat. Shrutau tasya hankarasya atmata na ishyate. Since ahankara has got ashana pipasa, ashitum, ichha, ashanaya, hunger, patum, ichha, pipasa, adipadat. So hunger and thirst belongs to pranamaya kosha, shoka, moha belongs to manomaya kosha, jara, maranam belongs to annamaya kosha. So, Shadurmayaha. Because of these two, Atma is not having these two. Atma is free from Ashanayadimatvat Shruto Ahankarasya. Ahankara can never be the Atma na ishyate. Atma doesn't have Ashana Pipasa. Ahankara has got. Ahankara means what? Sukshma Shariram only. In Sukshma Shariram only this Shoka, Moha, Ashana, Pipasa, Pranamaya Kosha, of course. So the word Jnanam can never refer to Ahankara, Purvapakshi's matam. In our matam, at least Jnanam can refer to Ahankara. Jnanam can refer to Ahankara. So how? By becoming Chaitanyam, Chetanam, Ahankara is the Karta, it can become the Karta, it can be the Karanam, it can be the Gneyam, it can be the Kriya. All are happening. Antakaranam, Jada Hankara becomes Chetana Hankara. So with this he concludes, Tasya Ahankarasya atmatvam na ishyate. Ahankara cannot be the Atma. Shruti says, this is the Shruti's declaration. Atma is akarta bhokta, knowing, knowledge, and any action, modification, instrumentality, all cannot happen in Atma. Then that Jnanam word, where it happens, to whom? In that Ahankara. This facility Purvapakshi doesn't have because according to him Ahankara is Jadam. In Jadam Vastu, Ahankara, these are all not possible for him. According to our Siddhanta, it is possible because Ahankara is as good as Chetanam, like Atma. Chidabhasa Sahitatvat. Therefore, all are possible in Ahankara. Shankaracharya says we are in advantageous position. We are in advantageous position. What is that in Chidabhasa? Puriyarada, who is saying Aham Brahmasmi, who is Pramata, who is Karta, who is Bhokta? Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam. Since Chidabhasa I am lending to Antakaranam, there is very, very proximity, closeness. I superimpose that Ahankaras, Kartrutvam, Bhoktrutvam, all are on upon me, the Shuddha Atma. So Atma can never say Aham Brahmasmi. Jada Ahankara can never say Aham Brahmasmi. Atma can never be the Karta Bhokta. Jada Ahankara Antakaranam can never be the Karta Bhokta. Jada Ahankara can never be the Samsari. Atma can never be the Samsari. Then who is Samsari? Who is Karta? Who is Bhokta? Who is Pramata? Who is getting Jnanam? Who is Muktaha? Who is Baddhaha? Middle mysterious one. Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam comes out. Chidabhasa Sahita Antakaranam, which is fake, like your reflected face in the mirror. Reflected face in the mirror. So whole thing is wonderful, beautiful. There is no any what you can defect in the Bhagavan's creation. As long as you have ignorance, all sorts of defects appear at body level, mind level, world level, etc., etc. But if you know this whole thing, even great systems, philosophical systems also, they commit mistake. They come all the way, they are all astikas. They accept Shruti statements. But Chidabhasa, if you don't accept, whole thing has gone. You cannot explain it. Therefore, Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta facility is a tremendous facility in understanding, to be free from and to enjoy this, my glory, my vibhuti, whole world is Nandana Vanam. For whom? For all of us. For all of us and all Vedanta students. The teacher, of course, students, all of us, we alone are living intelligently. All other people who do not know this Ahankara drama, Ahankara Atma mixture in between the Chidabhasa drama, who do not know, they are living unintelligently. Cholala milliyo, dhairyama cholala. Unintelligently people are living. Our faces are blooming faces, always blooming. Other people, unintelligently living people's faces are sometimes blooming, many times gloomy. Bloomy or gloomy, it is in your hands now. Understand and ever blooming like. Now next shloka. From next shloka onwards, for three Purvapakshi again comes. He is going to argue. However much you say, there will be a Purvapakshi asking questions. In 59th shloka is asking a question. I will introduce this shloka. Verse number 59. So with this, Jnana Shabdavacham over from 51 to 58. In 59, Purupakshi is telling, tell me how Jnanam word you can explain. In Shruti it is given. Okay, that you have to explain. Upanishad is the pramanam. Purupakshi argues, in your matam, Jnanam doesn't have any meaning. In your matam, he argues. Upanishad is what meaning Upanishad is having? What is the intention of the Upanishad of the word Jnanam? Hantatarhi na mukhyarthaha napi gaunah kathanchana janati ityadi shabdasya gatirvachya tathapitu. Gauna Shabda Mukhyartha. So, Purupakshi argues, in our matam, Karta, Karma, Jnana, Kriya, all we can use. Karta for Jnanam, the word Jnata we can say, Kartru Vitpatti we can take. Whereas, he is asking us, whereas you are not taking any vyutpatti, you the Siddhanti, not taking any vyutpatti, karta, karma, karanam, bhava, you are not taking. In Advaita matam, Jnanam is only a word. Mukhyartham va, gaunam va. No two are not there. Only a word, a pada, without any meaning, without any artha. Mukhyarthaha va, gaunarthaha va. Jnana Shabda can go to anatma in your matam, because it is not going along with atma. It is going along with antakaranam, anatma. If you don't apply Jnana Shabda to Atma, then what is the gati of Atma? Gati means what is the tragedy? Jnana Shabda, which is given in Shastra, you are not making use of it. You are not making use of it for Atma. Atma is unfit for all vyutpattis. What is left out? Anatma only left out. Are you interested in making use of Jnanam word to Anatma? Let me know what is your explanation going to be. Purvapakshi's argument. That Janati iti, that word Jnana Dhatu only is taking. That more details we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.